Well, we've been working on this for quite a while. Not this. You've seen this before. This is what we've been working on for quite a while. This is a new motor controller board. Neutral, reverse. Off of AC. AC directly into the board. The AC to DC converter is built in. It's in the circuit. It's not over on the side or anything. The reverse logic is mirrored, but you'll notice there's some different components and different sizes of things. You'll see that huge diode there, and we've updated the chips to handle the reverse logic as well. They look the same, but these are higher values in of several of the resistors and the capacitors, so that this is a more robust piece than the Lionel version, which is what you would expect after what, 20 years. We could actually do it better. We're not trying to do anything seriously magic. We just wanted something reliable and affordable for our trains. I've been testing everything I have. I've had DC cans on here. I've had the Flyer DC motors on here. This Flyer DC motor was on there. And now I have our homebrew DC Flyer conversion on here. They all work, and they all have forward and reverse, just as you would expect it. And none of the pieces on here get warm or overheat in any way. We went through this. This is an older version of the board. This is the latest. This is what the Lionel piece looks like, and everything has a screw tap. You know, the power comes in off the truck. We have an auxiliary a DC power that we can use for our volt regulator. So when this is installed into our tender adapter, there'll be a jack just for this auxiliary board. And this board, then you can adjust. What we do is we adjust it to 9 volts, and that's how we run our smoke system. We run our smoke system on 9 volts. And we would get that power through this board. So we've eliminated the power distribution panel I had earlier, which had the separate rectifier on all, and we've consolidated it to this board. We've also included holes in the board. You can see mounting holes, so there can be a standoff, and we can add a second board on top, which we have already, and that second board will handle the smart smoke, the fan driven smoke, fan, and chuff sound in the second board. You can also run the chuff sound to augment the Flyer smoke, because when we put our board on it to manage low speed smoke, we kind of muffle the chuff, so you can get a better chuff with the second board. And then later, if you want to go to the motor fan driven smoke, we can do that, and that board will handle it. So you'll get Puff and Chuff, digital reverse, and smart smoke. You'll have smoke at low speeds, and you won't smoke yourself out when you go fast. So for us, this is a pretty important step to get a solid concrete motor controller and put that into our system. And this I have one that's built for this, so that these wires are pretty heavy, but there'll be a tray that's designed for this, and it'll handle everything. It'll be lovely. You'll see. Anyway, major step. We expected it, but when it happens, it's always exciting. So I'm going to share this with the gang. There is the next generation S motor controller for conventional AC input and conventional control logic. Forward, neutral, reverse, neutral. Okay, I'm going to post this just so you guys can see. And the board came in yesterday. The components came in today. And I just spent the whole, I don't say the whole, but part of the afternoon going through the checklist of the parts, the installation process, sorting out all the parts, and installing them, soldering them onto this board. There's the Puff and Chuff board. We might call it the daughter board. Andy calls it the top hat. It will go on top and provide Puff and Chuff. Okay, so on our way, there it is. This will be considered what we call level 1 for the next generation S controls, motor control. And there will be a level 2 and there will be a level 3. They're already in the works. And that will include a digital sounds, steam whistle and bell and crew chat. And level 3, we're thinking, will be wireless remote control. And we're planning to have all of that done this year. 2022 is our year to turn and burn, not burn down. Okay, had to share it with somebody. I told my wife, but she, yeah, okay, great, happy for you. But this is a big deal for me. Big deal for me. We've been on this. It's been tough. Burned up boards, cutting jumps, patching things, software failures. Just really 6 months it took us. But it's worth it. I have to say, this thing is rock solid. Nothing heats up, and it's going to fit into the tenders, and it's going to run DC motors very well, very nice. And we're going to work like heck to keep the price down. We'll probably put very little profit. I mean, very little, 10, maybe 15% most. None of this 50, 100% crap. We just want the hobby to survive, and we want to give folks something they can play with and have fun and enjoy it. So stay tuned. More later.